Okay, so this is the next morning, which is about 16 hours, give or take, 16 hours after we started the first ones. So let's move some of them over here. Here is our plain old vinegar. It's still got stuff going on. I'm gonna put baking soda into each of these and see how they react, which will give us an idea of how acidic, how concentrated the solution still is after reacting. Then I will rinse them. That one's gonna be interesting. Then I will rinse them off and see what we were left with in the end afterwards. So, this one I'm still going, but we don't need to keep it still going. So let's just see how bubbly does that get. It goes quite a bit, actually. So there's, still plenty happening there. So, obviously, what that means is there was still quite a bit of acid left in that, which bodes well for these others. So we're neutralizing. This one is, when you see it's like turned yellow and got stuff in it, I kind of want to see. Seems like that's sort of just completely dissolves, doesn't it? It does. Oh, there's a little bit. All right, let's see. Yep, so that one's still going. It would be good to neutralize these. I'll do it. I have to do it even more before I dump any of this down the drain, but this one's 25%. And it's funny, the part that was floating above the acid is the part that has the little chapeau, the little cap on top that didn't completely dissolve, but it looks like the rest of it. We'll see when we get them out of this solution. So that, of course, in these with these really acidic things, what that's releasing is carbon dioxide, which is the bubbly part, and water. We make water from all of this. Why is this one so heavy? All right, so that looks just that looks almost just completely soft, and it's like it's not making any clinking noises or anything. Of this, yeah. Okay. And then this is the one that I actually don't want to get on my skin, but it seems like it's basically almost completely done. So let us, oh yeah, go away, you go away. Oh, if you mix it a bit, it goes a lot more. So that's kind of the thing where they say that if you're doing this in a closed environment, you have to be careful because you're releasing a lot of carbon dioxide. Well, very few of these make a tapping sound anymore because there's nothing or not much hard left. if we take, here's the vinegar one, right? Let me go, kunk. Oh, there's a little bit on there that's completely missing, but it feels, I mean, it's soft, obviously. Look at that. It has the consistency of thick paper, like a tough paper. And as you can see, actually, that's eggshell bit coming off. So maybe I should be more careful about this acid business than I thought. But it's all been neutralized. So let's plop you, and then they just stick in the corner real nice. That's number one. This one is very interesting. This is the this was the 10% acetic acid solution, and let's get him out. This one is interesting because there's no shell whatsoever left, and it feels that this one felt a little bit deflated. There was not much pressure. This one feels like there is more pressure in it. It feels tight, and it is completely soft. Boing. But that color, what it looks like to me, is that it is, the shell is gone, but it hasn't cooked the egg, if you will, in any way. Okay, now what are we looking at? Now what we are looking at is an egg that not only has that same, I mean, it feels like it's softer than it's the very softest of boiled eggs. It has this little bit from when it was left over. This is what was floating. This is the yolk here, which I think you can still see has liquid on the inside. My hypothesis is that this is white because it has been, cooked in a way, that the proteins have been denatured, which is what happens when you cook. You denature proteins because they have leached through the membrane of the egg and not only have erased or gotten rid of the shell with raw egg there, maybe the yolk broke inside there or something, but then boom, here, actually begun to cook the egg. Okay, so now this is the 1 molar hydrochloric acid solution. Completely soft. Soft, even, I mean, I think this is a softest of boiled eggs situation, is what I believe. This is, it's very, 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 very soft, very uniform and smooth looking. Here is the 3 mol solution, and so this feels, gosh, it literally feels like the yolk, get out of there. It feels like there is something hard on the inside. It feels like it has been cooked. This feels weirdly soft and liquid on the outside. Yeah, see that? Soft and liquid on the outside, but it feels hard on the inside. And if you were wondering, yes, of course, we're going to cut these open shortly. And then this is the one that I just dribbled some hydrochloric acid onto. And of course, it's mostly still hard, except for that sort of made like a window, a thin place where we dropped it. But it neutralized, of course. It did crack, look. And that was that. Difficult to do all of this with only one hand, so I put the eggs in the carton that they came in. Same thing, acetic acid across the top. Oh, no, gross. Gross. Hydrochloric along the bottom. That was not intentional. Gross. All right, so, all right. I have a guess about that. So here's, okay, we're gonna do it this way now. Yeah, that's just a raw egg with a really thin shell. If we take this and sort of open that up, just a raw egg. Yolk is still perfectly fine. Wouldn't eat it, but that's that. Put that back. This one I'm curious about. And this one I cannot express to you how much this feels like a water balloon. And you even see how sort of bouncy and tense and tight. Get out of it is. So let's first, I suppose, pierce it. Woohoo! Yeah, so it pops. It's very tense, and there's what's left of your eggshell. Put that back there. I'm gonna scramble these for breakfast. No, I'm not. Here's number 3. So what's funny is that it doesn't feel tight. It's soft, minus this little cap, but it doesn't feel tight. So let's just give. Should we just give it a snip? Oh, it made a gross noise. Then see. Oh, look at that. That is a soft boiled yolk. That's a soft boiled. It's very soft boiled, but that is a soft boiled egg, my friends. 25% acetic acid. That cooked the egg. And by cook, we mean obviously not with heat, but what heat does, the reason we use heat to cook, is that it denatures proteins. And the denaturing of those proteins is what turns that clear, sort of pinkish look of like chicken or pork or like seafood or something, turns it white because it has been denatured. It has been cooked. So, yeah, we're cooking eggs in a way that means you really should not be eating them afterwards. So this is, so here's that. This is the 1 mole. Woo. The one, I mean, that's like a good, if I got that on food, it doesn't help that I'm actually starving. If I got that on food, that would be like, look how soft. It's completely cooked. This is like a sous vide situation. Like if you got like a sous vide thing and like really slow cooked an egg. And here's that little papery bit over there, right here. There you go. There's your shell. All right. So yes, I was right. That we have denatured, we have cooked those proteins, and the reason why I think the 10% egg one did not go and was so tight was because the outside sort of it got tighter around the egg, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, so here's the one that's like should be the most like a soft boiled egg. 3 molar. Yeah, like a dark, not even runny yolk. That's a scary cooked egg, my friends, but that's a cooked egg. So who's coming over for breakfast? I'm getting ready to make coffee.